Hello, welcome to the Agency Download Podcast. I'm your host, James Williams. And on this show today, we have the honor of hosting Rick Magennis, who's the owner of Spark Digital. Rick helps e-commerce brands grow through affiliate marketing and customer acquisition strategies. Just letting us say thank you for joining us today. Looking forward to having this conversation with you.
Oh, thanks, James, for having me. I appreciate it. I know we talked a few weeks ago and got this all set up, but I'm ready to talk about whatever you got, whatever you want. I'm here to help anybody out.
Yeah, awesome. Well, we just love having real conversations about the advertising marketing industry and always love hearing kind of background story of how did you get to become owner of Spark Digital? What's kind of what was your trajectory and career of how you got to where you are today?
So it started back in 2011 when I was laid off from. I was a pharmaceutical sales rep, and I got laid off. And at that time, they were basically thinking about just like getting rid of sales forces and bringing everything in house and having specialty sales teams. So I was unemployed. I had a brand new baby. So she was like 3 or 4 months old at the time, didn't have a job, and it was kind of desperate times. So I looked up online how to make money online, and I found affiliate marketing. And I built a website, like an affiliate website where I was like reviewing like baby strollers. I thought I was an expert at the time since I had a baby. So I was reviewing the different types of baby strollers, making a few bucks doing that. But then I thought about I want to be on the brand side, like running their affiliate program. So I basically cold called a bunch of affiliate agencies. One person gave me a shot. And from there, I worked with them for about a year. Then I worked for another affiliate agency for about 6 years. Then I started my own agency after that. And here I am today. So in 2024 July, I purchased Spark from the previous owner and I consolidated it with my other agency, Bearcat Media. So now we're just Spark Digital, and we manage e-commerce affiliate programs and do PR for those brands as well.
Amazing. Yeah, I bet 15 years ago, you probably would have never saw the life that you're in today and owning a digital marketing agency coming from a pharmaceutical. But I think that shows like I've seen so many different paths to advertising marketing industry. Like there is a few that kind of have intention and specifically went to college for advertising, got an agency and worked their way up. But so many people kind of come in through so many different angles. And I think that's kind of the really a unique aspect of the advertising marketing industry is that there's a lot of different perspectives from a lot of different industries that come into it.
Yeah, well, it's funny you say that because I went to school, I got a marketing degree, but I didn't have one digital marketing course, not one. So I'm in digital marketing doing that all day, but my marketing degree is pretty much useless.
Yep. Yeah, they're always like 10 years behind of what's being taught and educated, what gets in the textbooks and the classes versus what's happening.
Yeah,
Just 'cause there's always a delay in
well,
getting that
well, the thing is,
information
I
through.
got my undergrad in 2005, so it really wasn't a big thing then. It was just getting its legs, and then I got my master's degree too. And talk about a waste of money there too. Like I feel like I'm educated, but in the wrong fields.
Yeah, I think if anything, I think what I always tell a lot of kids who are in college or thinking about different programs is at least get the understanding of how to problem solve and how to dedicate yourself to accomplishing something. I think that's like one of the biggest aspects. That and a network is that you get probably the best network and relationships and connections going through college in the university programs. But in terms of application to business, there's not always a direct link, which is okay. I think you learn it on the job is the best way to go, anyways, right? Like, I think you figured out probably affiliate marketing, one, trying it out on your own, and two, working with a business and then just being thrown in the fire and having to figure it out and problem solve, which you probably got a lot of those skills going through college, going through school, and just being dedicated. And you have a child at home, a young baby that makes you extra motivated. I know it did for me. So all those things kind of end up working out in your favor.
Yeah, and I did so much on the job learning, and what I do is like I go to my daughter's high school and I speak to the uh, entrepreneurship classes that they have there. I tell them how it is. I'm like, look, your parents probably will hate me for saying this, but college isn't 100% necessary for a lot of you. And I tell them the real world struggles, and like I'm real honest with them. I don't like sugarcoat it and give them like hey, it's gonna be so easy if you go to college, you're gonna be successful with that. I'm straight with them. And again, I wish someone was like that with me back in the day, but unfortunately, you got to learn the hard way. And I'm just trying to make sure that the next generation at least understand that there's different paths to success, not just college. I could be doing what I'm doing right now with just a high school diploma. It's it's really how you choose to really live your life and what you choose to do and how you choose to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. What really figuring out what value you can provide to others, I think is the biggest thing. If you can provide value to others, you don't need a college degree, especially for the advertising marketing industry. That's what kind of I think has its challenges or issues is that partly is that there's no credit. Anybody can start a marketing agency. Anybody can say they're a marketer, an advertiser, and make offers and everything else. There is no barrier to entry, which is a good thing. But you also get a lot of bad players, I think, through that way. You get a lot of like low quality work that way. But you're right, you don't need a college degree at all to start a digital marketing industry. You can learn it in the job. And that's why we actually removed any requirements around college degrees for that is like no longer that used to be like the standard. Every resume was like you or a job application was college degree requirement. I'm like that we're getting rid of that. That is no longer a requirement for us.
Yeah, I agree. And I even removed from my LinkedIn profile that I even have an MBA. I'm like, oh, I, I, what does it matter at this point?
Yeah, it seems like something that's only needed for like a corporate environment to work your way up in there.
Yeah, so like, I agree with that. Like I said, I tell the kids that I speak to, you could learn a lot from YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah, YouTube University is probably the best way to go. But you got to be careful always with who you're getting the information from. I think there's a lot of negative or not negative, but like low quality information and people just trying to sell courses. But there's also a lot of really good content. You can learn everything about that. But that does kind of lead me to something that I wanted to, we were discussing before. I wanted to really get into like affiliate marketing space, direct response marketing. I kind of fell into direct response marketing like halfway through my career, and it totally reshaped my whole perspective on marketing and advertising and how to communicate with consumers and how to drive success for clients. So I give so much respect to the affiliate marketing world and space, but I think there's also this kind of dark negative cloud over affiliate marketing. And I think it's just because there's some bad players in the space, but really there's bad players in every market and every industry. But could you highlight the difference between like what's the good side of affiliate marketing? Like what are the benefits for brands? Why should more brands participate in affiliate marketing and not be afraid of it, not have separate from the negative connotations I think there's out there around it?
I think the reason why brands are a little hesitant to even get in is because it's probably the one marketing channel or way to market is just it's unknown. They don't know a lot about it. There's not a lot of education out there about it. So they don't know a lot about it and they don't try it. And the ones that do try it, they do it themselves. They don't know how to do it and they think that it doesn't work because they didn't see success, because they didn't hire the right people or work with the right agency to help them out. Every brand, every e-commerce brand at least, should be working with doing affiliate marketing just because it's a performance based model where you only pay when there's a sale happening. And nowadays there's hybrid models where a lot of these affiliates and publishers want to get paid a fee plus a percentage, but it's still a traditionally performance based. And you could be spending tens of thousands of dollars every month in Meta, or you could be spending just a fraction of that and getting, if not more, revenue from affiliate just on a performance basis. So the brands that don't work with it now are usually the ones that are uneducated and they hear the horror stories about those bad actors. But if you have the right person managing it and you're educated properly, you can find those people immediately and get rid of them and never work with them again or never work with them to begin with. They're not hard to find. Once you see what they're up to, you can spot them a mile away. And it just comes down to just have the right education and the right people running it. Otherwise, you're gonna fail and you're gonna think it sucks.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that can happen in any marketing execution is that with an agency or with a marketer or with a bringing somebody in house, you can have a bad experience. I kind of relate it to like going to a restaurant. If you go to a restaurant on any night, just go pick any random restaurant. You go into it, and if the waiter sucks, if the food sucks, you're just going to think automatically, oh, this whole restaurant sucks. Or all restaurants suck, you could say, is no good. But really, maybe you just had a bad experience. The waiter you got the cook you got that night just wasn't good. It's not the restaurant, it's just one individual experience. I think the same thing could kind of happen in this type of comparing this industry if you just have one bad experience. But what I love about affiliate marketing is the incentives are aligned, is that the incentives are aligned between the brand, the marketer or the affiliate marketer and the brand, is that they're both trying to chase the sale and both can win if they can deliver results.
That's what it comes down to. And if the affiliates are happy with what they're going to be getting compensated, they'll they'll promote you forever. And and the brand, they just gotta just stay in their lane and keep the affiliates happy, give them treat them well, give them bonuses, and up their commissions if they're performing well. It's not difficult, but again, it's just the alignment. It's just communication, just like with any relationship. But the affiliate and brand relationship is especially important because if you have a good affiliate and you just have poor communication with them, they're gone, and then there goes revenue. Guess what? They're going to your competition.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Could you talk about a little bit about like the performance driven PR that you guys focus on and do as well? Because there's obviously like there's a lot, probably a lot of different ways like affiliate marketers can come in, right? They can do media buying. They can probably have their own list or their own audience that they promote affiliate offers to, or you do PR. Could you kind of break down and discuss like what are some options brands could look at? Like, can they do all of those, or is it better if they kind of pick and choose which ones that they allow affiliate marketers to promote on? Can they do all of them or can they choose? Like how does it work for an e-com brand that's never done affiliate marketing before?
Yeah, so we break it up into two buckets. So the affiliate is one, and the PR is another, but they intersect because when you're when brands reach out to publications like Forbes, BuzzFeed, like Travel and Leisure, all those big online publications where they want to get their product in front of their audience, those publications typically charge 5, 10, $25,000 to do that. The way performance PR works is we go to these publications, have relationships with the editors directly. So we work with them, we give them a sample of the product, and they include that brand in their articles or listicles, gift guides, whatever it may be, for just an affiliate commission. So they take that affiliate, they become an affiliate at that point. They take the affiliate link, put it in there, and then every time a sale happens from their content, they get a sale. So that's what I mean when they kind of intersect. They're two separate entities, but they intersect at affiliate. And all these big publications now are monetizing using affiliate links because it's easy to track and they could pick and choose who they want to work with as well.
Yeah, and I wonder. I bet the revenue model for them is a lot better than selling. Their other option is just selling ad space on their site, which there's been a huge pressure on like CPMS. We've seen it. We buy a lot of like display native inventory across a lot of those publishers. We'll buy across like BuzzFeed and Forbes and everything. CPMS have stayed relatively flat. And there's like the demand for traffic is always a lot harder. They try to pull a lot of traffic from social media, then they have to account for those costs and how to get traffic to their site to sell CPM. So I imagine the revenue model for a lot of these publications they can make even 10 times more, like significantly more selling or having affiliate links and making revenue through sales rather than selling ad impressions. Have you worked with publishers or discussed like the differences in terms of like you can make this much more selling these affiliate links or versus compared to like CPM impressions? I'm just curious.
We don't have a lot of those conversations because they pretty much know now.
Yeah.
They're well versed in that, but they like to know these publications have like they don't just pick any brand to work with. It's like they got to have a certain number of like positive reviews, and they got to be a somewhat of a well known brand because they're not going to put a brand in there that's not going to convert for them too. So you'll notice a lot of these listicles, the bigger brands are near the top of those listicles, and then as you go down, it's the smaller, lesser known ones. They do that on purpose just because they can maximize their revenue at the top, and then if people still like what they're seeing down below in the lesser known brands, they still get a commission if it goes through. But but these publications like BuzzFeed and Forbes, They they kind of they would rather do like a just a paid placement, like you pay me 10,000 because they get the revenue right up front. But now they're doing like hybrid models too, where they'll do like 5,000 plus a percentage of sales. But we don't work that way with these editors. We do a just a straight rev share. But if it comes down to it and the hybrid model works, we will do it, but it's not our top choice. But the brands that are lesser known don't want to do the upfront cost. They don't they don't have it. The ROI isn't guaranteed, and it's less risk for them to do the affiliate side. And once they see it working and they can actually see revenue from this and ROI, then they'll start investing some more money into it. But to answer your question about the publishers, they're just looking for whatever makes them the most money the quickest.
Yeah, absolutely. Makes sense. I mean, the incentives gotta be aligned. They have to see the opportunity and that they're gonna make enough money for to cover all their costs and make it valuable for the traffic coming in. What have you seen as have been kind of the big changes or evolutions in the affiliate marketing space over the last couple of years, and where do you kinda see it going, or what big changes you think are on the horizon?
Yeah, it's gone. When I first started, it was like all like coupon deal sites, and now it's all on like content, like video content, like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. What the brands are doing is like they're working with these influencers and affiliates that are creating like video content. They're publishing it, but they're also using it as UGC on their end in their own ads.
Yeah.
So they're kind of like killing two birds with one stone. So that's where a lot of this is going. Where instead of having to create their own ads and their own videos, they're using actual testimonials from these partners and using it in their ads. And that's the way it's been going. And I see it going more that way. And the PR side is more brands are waking up to it. They don't want to pay the $10,000, $20,000. They're looking to get in the affiliate side, and that's where a lot of this is heading in the UGC side and the PR side.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the special, unique content just with how everybody consumes media, like, you still have to follow along, like, where are people consuming media? Why are they consuming that media? How are they being engaged with it? And then using that content to amplify it. Like I always tell every brand marketer is like paid advertising allows you to amplify, scale. You're pouring gasoline on a lit fire. So once you find a piece of content that works, whether that's through an affiliate marketer or UGC content or whatever else, if you can take that and grow it and add some dollars to it, you could really scale a lot because you kind of have a proven test model of what's already working. So I think that's a huge transition that we're like in the middle of. And affiliate marketing with that makes so much sense because if you can work with an affiliate marketer that's incentivized to sell your product, and they make a really good piece of content, and then you can partner with them and use that to scale yourself, then you can just continue to add gasoline on that lit fire.
Yeah, we're doing that with a children's clothing brand right now. The influencers are creating great content, and the brand is just using those TikTok videos and Instagram reels and all that stuff in their advertising, and it's great 'cause the brand's getting some advertising, but also the affiliates and influencers are getting exposure too.
Yeah. Um, I work with a lot of branding advertisers. So a lot of brands that are just focused on awareness, top of funnel. Oftentimes they'll be very distant from a sale, right? Their sales cycle might be 3 months or 6 months, or it might be through a third party where the sale actually happens, such as like a retail brand that sells CPG products in stores direct to consumer, but they want to influence the consumer to drive purchases and transactions. What do you think those branding awareness focused top of funnel type of brands could learn from the direct response marketing, the affiliate marketing space?
Well, it's real simple. Like if they're looking for awareness, and they're just doing like just the normal traditional brand awareness campaigns where they're sending them to their website, they can set up like work with affiliates or the publishers, like the big publishers, like I was talking about, and just get affiliate links in there, and then you can actually track it instead of just like putting an awareness out there, like, oh, maybe we're gonna have this many people looking at it, but you can actually track revenue tied to it. That's what a lot of brands are looking for. They don't know if their awareness campaigns are even generating revenue. They have no idea. And if you put an affiliate link or or use a coupon code or something trackable within an affiliate platform, you can have so much more data and you can actually understand what's actually going on and what you put your effort into and what not to put your effort into. And it's so simple to do. And if brands aren't doing it, they should be doing it today. Really, it's a simple fix.
Yeah. The measurable aspect of everything being measured and tracked back to some type of revenue, I think is one of the biggest differentiators with affiliate marketers is that everything's traced back to that click,
Yeah.
back to the unique affiliate link and traceable to some measurable impact or result rather than what I would call vanity metrics would be your impressions, clicks, views. Those give directional data, but not necessarily a measurable impact for a brand or an advertiser.
The bottom line is every brand wants to maximize revenue. And if you don't know what's generating revenue, you have no idea what to do next. And if you at least if you say, hey, this piece of content did $10,000 last month, let's do more of this. And let's go after similar affiliates that are doing this or reach out to different publications that are writing about it. It's really sounds I make it sound so easy, but the execution is it takes a little time, but the idea is simple. But just putting the plan together is one thing.
Yeah, I think it's those underlying principles. Like what principles should we or the foundations that we should build on? The first should be is what we're doing from a marketing advertising perspective measurable and accountable and directly impacting some type of revenue or at least a domino effect that this will lead to, whether that's like a lead gen form a lot of clients or brands will work with will do is they'll have a lead at least to track an initial contact and then try to trace that contact throughout their sales cycle. So as long as there's something that's trackable and measurable that's leading towards that end sale, I think is the main thing. But that's why I think there's even if it's not directly a sale, I think there's still affiliate marketing probably opportunities with leads or other type of metrics that you want to track or advertisers or brands need to drive to. Have you worked with anything outside of like sales only, or is it generally affiliate marketing is like always focused on just a direct sale or purchase?
No, when I first started, we worked like or I worked when I worked for the other agencies, I did a lot of like lead gen where it was like the affiliates would get paid per lead kind of thing or per like download, that type of thing. That's where the fraud comes in.
Yeah.
That's where the bad actors play a lot is in that space.
Yeah. A lot easier to fake a lead than a transaction in a sale, right?
Yeah, look, it can be done on a sale too, but but like with Shopify and all that stuff, it's got good like fraud detection nowadays, or you can flag it, then you can get rid of the affiliate. But the lead gen, it may take a little while to get them, like an auto insurance lead. The person sends 1,000 a month, and you got to go through all the leads and see like, well, about 75% of them are crap, and then you already paid it out, so it's a little too late. But that's why I don't play in that anymore, just because the fraud and everything is just something I just don't want to deal with.
Yeah, absolutely. You've been able to scale this business to where you're out of what I call like the working in and now you're working on the business for the most part. What were some of the big kind of hurdles or pillars that you got through that got you kind of to this point that like looking back on, if you were to give advice to somebody else of how to build the agency, what were some of the big hurdles that you had out?
Documentation of everything. Like that's one thing that I did even with before I purchased this agency, I had everything documented, the SOPs. Every task we did was documented, so I can have anybody come in and just hand them or give them a link to the document and say, "Here's the task. Here's the instructions. Do it." That has been the game changer because I don't have time to sit down and train everybody. And when I hire someone or bring someone on, I expect them to be competent enough to jump in and do certain tasks. But the SOPs break it down where anybody can do it. Like we talked about earlier, a person with a high school diploma or a doctorate can do the same task. And that's what got me to where I am today, where I can be doing these podcasts, not have to worry about things. Is everything is documented. The team knows what they're doing, and they know where to go if there's an issue. They know where, like, who to contact, and if there's any documents they need to look at, they know where to find them as well.
That's great. I think that's something I really got from learning and talking to people. I've never really worked in like a corporate environment or company. I've always worked for smaller, more independent agencies. And the documentation that corporations will put together is insane. It's partly why they're so efficient. They can scale so with so many people, but it's all documentations. It's all the SOPs and then the process, the technical writing that goes into writing SOPs and then updating them. That makes so much sense. That's what allows you to bring on more people. Because I think that's a big challenge is that whenever you're scaling an agency or any company, really, you have to have an equal amount of demand from sales and from staff in order to maintain and grow. And that if that gets too out of balance one way or another, then you're not in a healthy position, right?
Yeah, I agree with that actually, because, um, I got to the point where I had more customers and more work than I did people, and that's what really made me think, "Man, wait, what am I doing? I gotta figure this out. I gotta get this systematized, like, fast." And that's where the documentation came in, because I can bring on an additional person or 2 to help with the demand that's there and not have to spend weeks training them. Where I can they can go in the documentation vault, and they can ask their fellow employees that are with them how to do things, and that's been the real game changer is really that, is just everything's in one place, and they have the team to fall back on too, and if I didn't have that, it would it would look a lot worse than it really is.
Yeah. It'll be a lot harder, a lot longer later nights and hours, I would imagine, of
Yeah.
trying to
Yeah, I don't
train and stay up to date.
I haven't worked a weekend 4 years, 5 years at this point.
Yeah. Amazing. Build the life you wanna live is the way to go. Like, don't let your business drag you down, but raise you up.
I haven't missed a kid's sporting event, school event, anything, in about 20 minutes, well, after this call, whenever this ends, I'm heading up to the high school again to go talk to more students. So this is my systems and processes. It allows me to do what I'm about to do.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, now you get to be able to give back,
Yeah,
talk to other people, give advice,
yeah.
continue to build up. Where do you kinda see AI is obviously a huge, topic and focus right now. How is AI kinda influencing or adapting or changing the affiliate marketing space?
Yes, I'm going to speak more like on the agency side and how it's working, like for the like my affiliate agency.
Mhm.
So like AI is good for, I'll start what it's not good for. So it's not good for actually like if I say find me affiliates that are into beauty space that have X amount of, it's not there yet where it could pull back 100 results and then I can just reach out to them. A lot of the results that come back are broken links and just crappy data. So a lot of that's still manual, but what it can do is it can narrow down like our targets, like who we're looking for, and like messaging, like how we can like messages to reach out to them. It can automate that whole process, so it cuts out hours of work of sending emails and responding to emails. Where AI can just automate all of that, where we're just finding these people, onboarding them, and then getting them what they need. So, hopefully the prospecting part gets there, but I don't trust it enough to even do it. I still have the team do everything manually because it takes more time, but we're getting better results.
Yeah, that makes sense 'cause I think you find better quality that way, right? I heard somebody say this recently that AI doesn't have perspective. It's just going to blast out. It's gonna send the same thing to everyone. It's not gonna have perspective of like what's really good or bad. It doesn't have that yet. So you're figuring out what things can it automate to help speed up, but real still have somebody oversight on the AI to make sure it's being pointed in the right direction or pulling in the right people.
Yeah,
That makes
so
sense.
basically we cut out like 7, 8 hours of just a week of just for each client, like just sending emails. Like
Mhm.
if you're sending out 1,000, 1,500 emails a week, I don't do it, although I don't do like the blasts. We do everything like we customize it a little bit with certain elements customized,
Yeah.
but we do all that manually just because it's more authentic that way than just putting it in like Mailchimp and sending out 1,500 emails. And
Yeah. Personalization for email and LinkedIn, I think, are key and huge, especially for any B2B type offer and connection is you need You don't want just a mass blast of one message that goes out to everybody because it is a one-to-one communication. Like email is a one-to-one communication, LinkedIn's one-to-one email communication. Um, but yeah, my guess is, at least for now, maybe this will change, but I think there's like a lot of this attention around like AI content, but I really think there's gonna be, like, AI blindness, at least for now, unless it gets really, really good, which maybe I'm sure there's some people making some really good AI content, but I assume there's a lot of kind of affiliate marketers, you see a lot of content marketers all using AI generated videos and content and images and everything else, or even just copy. But I think there's gonna be I've already seen it and I've heard people discuss this, and there's some research around this, that there's AI blindness around content specifically. And I kind of relate this similar, like we have banner blindness, especially I live in the paid media space. So we buy a lot of like display ads, and we've gotten away from a lot of display ads because they just aren't very impactful. And people have banner blindness. But I think the same thing, I think is similar things going to happen with AI content, at least for now, where people are going to see it's AI generated copy, text, images, videos, and are going to tune out because it's not authentic. It doesn't come from, there's no, real human connection that's coming through it. And then probably the same thing with emails or LinkedIn messages, outbound, all of that. If you just have an AI generated email, people are just going to ignore it, delete immediately.
Yeah, the AI content is already getting out of control, and it's some cases it's hard to even identify, especially with like videos and text. It's hard to identify what it is, but you're right. It's just people are going to start tuning everything out. Like even the authentic stuff, they're not even going to believe it's real at some point because going back to bad actors, AI is going to ruin it for the good people.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. People are always going to figure out any tool that they can use to manipulate and take some type of advantage, even if it's for negative or bad intentions. They're going to do it, unfortunately. But that's just part of human nature. I think we'll
Yep,
get away from.
we ruin it. We ruin everything.
Yeah. At least some people do. A percentage of people do, for sure.
I got the human race, like the humans. We we screw everything. We have a good thing, and then we make it bad.
Yeah, some people can't help themselves. Looking back on where you're at now, if you could give your younger self advice, what's one piece of advice you'd give your younger self earlier in your career?
I harp on this all the time. We talked about it a little earlier. It's like the college. I wouldn't even have gone to college if I would have known now what I knew 20 years ago. I would have just skipped college altogether and saved my parents a lot of money.
Yep. Save that money and go invest it in yourself, learning real tangible skills that can be applied to business. I think it matter on what you want to do. Like if you want to be a doctor or a lawyer, I guess you kind of got to go.
Yeah,
No option, but
but a digital
um,
marketer, yeah, it's not as sexy as an attorney or a doctor. But yeah, so it's more to think about. Like people may not agree with this, but my MBA, I regret that decision every day. Every day I regret getting that because I had to pay for it in my own pocket. My parents didn't pay for it. But that's one regret I have is getting that.
yeah. Well, we live and learn and figure out a better way. It looks like you have some amazing success and have built an awesome company that's allowing you to live the life you want to live. They've gotten to a great point, regardless of the MBA or not. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think you made it, built a company the right way that fits your lifestyle and everything, which is, I think so many people look up to that and want to be, in your shoes in 10 years and 15 years, whatever it takes. So, but anyways, love for you to share how people could connect with you, how people could work with you, anything you want to kind of plug.
Yeah, I'm probably the most accessible on LinkedIn. Just search my name. I'll come up and uh, you can ask me questions there or my email. Will you provide my email or I can just say
Yeah,
it now?
we'll plug it in the show notes.
All right, yeah. So if if anyone has questions, there's a lot of there's a lot of mystery around affiliate and PR, and if anyone has questions about it, I'm glad to answer them and talk about it.
Awesome. Thanks so much for joining us today, Rick. Appreciate it.
Oh, thanks, James. I appreciate it.